Hopefully this works. I don't know. Can't tell you how many times I've put in an authenticator code in my day-to-day life. It's like, I love security, I guess, but can we talk about this?
Yeah, I know. It's like it never actually remembers your device, you know?
Yeah. I can't tell you how many times a day I put 2FAs in. Please work. Is that a comfortable spot for you?
Yep.
All right. Go ahead and pin that to the top. All right, let's see if this is working. We are here in studio. It's me, Soul Panther. We got Angus here. We're songwriting today. We're actually not so much songwriting.
Yeah.
We're creating a new song seed for the new Soul Panther sound. We have a reference track in particular that rapidly prototyped using Suno, and this is a North Star of what the sound should be like. So we're gonna take the track, open it up in Ableton here, and actually look at creating our own version of this track from scratch.
Yeah, essentially
Anything you want to say?
Yeah, taking the prototype that was created using Suno, basically taken out of Ryan's brain, created into something that's tangible and has a sound that I'm loving, by the way. I'm loving this direction.
Mm-hmm.
Now the goal is like, how do we use that as a reference track to really like dig in and create something that feels organic? Because we were talking earlier today about how Ryan's like spent years mastering his craft as a producer.
Yeah.
And has his own sound. Like, you know, like any artist has their own fingerprint that when you listen to, you're like, oh, that sounds like so-and-so. And Ryan's definitely developed that and has that. And so it's kind of taking these reference tracks and seeing how we can kind of put that soul of the Panther.
The soul of the Panther, baby. Just make sure that this
like,
is working.
You know, like any artist has their own.
Okay, great. It is working. Cool. So yeah, that's kind of the vision today. I'm just gonna play through what we have so far so you can kind of hear it.
I woke up inside a question, with my name still wet from the dream. The room was full of silence, and it looked right back at me. If you hold the moment too tightly, it turns into dust in your hands. So I learned to stand in the doorway and let the world make its plans. The river never asked permission, it just moves through stone and bone. Maybe peace is not a place to arrive, maybe it's learning to go. And the edge gets softer when I stop fighting the fall. A little less certain, a little more whole. I am here, between two waves. I am here, not a name, just breathe in space. Every fear wants a center, every grief wants a face. But the mirror keeps changing and the self keeps losing its place. The moon does not chase the ocean, still it pulls and So I carry this strange little knowing I don't need to own what lives. And the edge gets softer and I stop fighting the fall. A little less certain, a little more whole. I am here, I am here, here, between two ways. I am here, not a name, just breathing space. If I am the watcher, who is it that dreams?
It's the bridge.
If I am the question, then what is it means? I am here, here, between two waves. I am here, not a name, just breathing space. The answer stays open, the water goes on, and in that deep motion I learn I belong.
Cool, so that's the outro.
Every fear.
So there's like a bit of a cool down section here.
Yeah.
So it goes chorus.
I am here,
First chorus is actually pretty short.
between two waves. I am here, not a name, just breathing space.
Yeah. So then we go verse 2.
Every fear wants a center, every grief wants a face, but the mirror keeps changing and the self keeps losing its place. The moon does not chase the ocean, still it pulls and still it gives. So I carry this strange little knowing I don't need to own what lives. And the edge gets softer, a little more whole. I am here, here, between two ways. I am here, not a name, just breathing space. If I am the watcher, who is it that dreams? If I am the question, then what is it mean?
What does it mean?
I am here, between two waves. I am here, not a name, just breathing space. The answer stays open, the water goes on, and in that deep motion I learn I belong.
Cool. It feels pretty. I really get the structure on this one.
Yeah.
It feels pretty good. So this is like a spoken word intro, which we don't need to keep, but
I woke up inside a question. I woke up inside a question. my name's still wet from the dream. The room was full of silence, and it looked right back at me.
If you hold the moment too tightly, it turns into dust in your hand.
Yeah, like these sections feel pretty.
So I learned to stand in the doorway and let the world make its plans. The
I gotta keep
river
the
never
structure
asks
the same. The spoken word
permission.
can or cannot be there,
It just
basically.
moves through stone and
thoughts?
Yeah, one thing I was hearing was like, I really like the hook that comes in after the second chorus or the third chorus or something.
Oh, this dun, 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 dun,
bitch gets
the post-chorus.
Those chorus.
fire.
And maybe build it a little bit, right?
Because like it comes back here, I guess. Or
I am here. The answer's
yeah, not the same.
Yeah.
It's definitely like the peak, like the really coolest part of the song.
Yeah, and there's a hook there, and then there's also room for us to build like something that really, really is memorable in the song. Like we could play with, whether like a, you're like in the koto sound,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like you could have that in like the intro in place of like the spoken word, where it's just like really washy chord progression. It's like boom, bum, 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 bum.
So more of that sort of sound.
Yeah. Because one thing I'm noticing as I'm listening to it is like, it stays relatively stagnant. The song, like there's not really a lot of dynamic where there's like big shifts in energy, or at least even just like a sonic story that's kind of happening. And having a hook, like an instrument driven or sonic driven hook would be kind of cool.
So where do you think you would put that post-chorus thing? You would put it here at the end of the first chorus, even?
Yeah, even just like a half one in the cool down.
Oh, okay.
just
So-
breathe in space. Every fear wants a center. Every grief wants a face. But the mirror keeps changing, and the self keeps losing its place. The moon does not chase the ocean, still it pulls and still.
Yeah, so then we go into the...
And the edge gets. I am here, I am here, 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 between two waves. I am here, I am here, not a name, just breathing space. If I am the watcher, who is it that dreams? If I am the question, then what is it means? I am here, I am here, 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 between two waves. I am here, not a
So for this particular one, obviously, I love this song so much as it is. Obviously, we would want to like make it our own. Two options here. We can kind of ghost the chords itself.
Yeah.
And kind of recreate it so that we have a bed to write to,
Yeah.
and kind of borrow the top line melody.
Yeah.
But put our own words.
For sure.
Or we just kind of use the skeleton structure and actually do like chords that are similar but not the same.
It's funny because it opens up with a chord progression that doesn't appear anywhere else in the song.
Where? Here
The intro,
or here?
yeah, straight. It's like
I woke up inside a
piano
question,
hit. Oh, that's not it.
with my name still wet from the dream.
You hear piano there.
Oh yeah.
And
The
then
room was full
piano
of
switches into,
silence,
like an electric piano. You know what I mean?
and it looked right back at me.
And that's the only time that those three chords happen in the same chord progression.
Really?
Yeah.
The room was full of silence,
Isn't that just the last two chords of the progression?
Let me hear.
Every fear wants a center, every grief wants a face. But the mirror keeps changing, and the self keeps losing its place.
Doesn't it go up?
And the
Yeah.
But the mirror keeps changing, and the self keeps losing its place. The moon does not chase the ocean, still it pulls and still it gives.
So this phrase.
So I carry this strange little note.
So it's kind of resting on this.
my name still wet from the dream.
Goes up.
The room was full of silence, and it looked right back at me.
So
My name still wet from the dream. The room was full of silence, and it looked right back at me.
it just holds on that.
For the intro.
Yeah. I'm not even saying I mind it.
If you hold the moment too tightly, it turns into dust in your hands. So I learned to stand in the doorway and let the world make its plans.
What is this?
The river never asks permission, it just moves through stone and
So
bone.
like up it goes.
Maybe peace is not a place to arrive, maybe it's learning to go.
That's the chord progression throughout the rest of the
And the edge gets softer when I stop fighting the fall. A little less certain, a little more whole.
Keep going.
I am here, I am here, here, between two waves. I am here, not a name, just breathe in space. Every fear wants a center, every grief wants a face. But the mirror keeps changing, and the self keeps losing its place. The moon does not chase the ocean, still it pulls and still it gives. So I carry this strange little knowing I don't need to own what lives. And the edge gets softer when I stop fighting the fall. A little less certain, a little more whole. I am here, here, between two ways. I am here, not a name, just breathing space. If I am the watcher,
Right.
who is it that dreams?
So yeah, because this is the way it is, I mean, I could also pull a version that's just got the instrumental, even though it's going to be phasey. What do you think?
I mean, I'd be interested in getting the stems just to have like that beat itself in there,
Yeah, yeah,
because really like the production itself is super simple.
yeah.
Like you've just, it doesn't even sound like piano through the rest of the song. It's just that
Mhm.
first intro that sounds like there's a piano in there, but the rest is just like these deep sort of tones. It's really about those like tom hits.
Yeah. It's really beautiful. It does sound very Enya-ish, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah. And I like the choruses because you've got that sort of chain gang.
Oh my god, that's what
Vocal.
makes it so beautiful.
Yeah, chain gang.
It-
But gang vocal.
Gang vocal. I think Hart and I started saying that for some
Yeah.
reason.
But like, yeah, we could definitely like have your voice and Hearts, you know.
Mm-hmm. There's something about it that feels like, because of the openness and simplicity of the chords and the production, it gives a lot of room for the vocal to shine through.
Mm-hmm.
And what I love about the vocal melody, the top line, is it's very like lullaby-esque.
Yeah.
Or like medicine music in that way,
Yeah.
where it's like it's just like really simple. And when I feel the gang vocals come in, it feels like a tribal like remembering, and like it feels triumphant at the same time as it feels like somber.
Yeah, kind of anthemic.
It's anthemic, yeah, it's very anthematic.
It's a good example of how the chord progression, how important chord progressions are.
Oh, tell me more.
Well, because you don't get that, like in the verse. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na, 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 da-na-na-na-na-na-na. You know, like the way that the melody works on that chord
Mhm.
progression, or the
On the top
line, is all based on where those chords are moving. Right? It's going to go in different directions if you change that chord progression up.
Yeah.
So we were having that conversation, I think, when we were listening to these reference tracks, because you've got one reference track that's sort of like just driving on
On the one.
one chord, and it doesn't feel like there's room for a melody. This is just a great example of how a melody really affects, or sorry, a chord progression really affects what the melody becomes.
I also love how, because the verse is so like this, when you get the pre-chorus lift, it really lifts. And the edge gets softer.
Yeah, it's a great pre-chorus.
The fight in the fall. Dun, 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 a little more whole. I am here. So beautiful.
And then what adds to the chorus also is that the switch between the chords doubles.
What do you mean, the switch?
Well, you've got
oh, like the
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Oh.
7, 8, 1, 2,
so it goes halftime or
Right.
double time.
and I am 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Wow.
So it gives like it
It's
gives the illusion of the song almost speeding up.
picking
but
up.
it's
Wow,
not.
that's interesting. So I usually like to download both versions. I should probably show this.
Yeah.
Oh. That's not what I want. Okay, let's see. Let's see. This should be on display capture, and it should be on. No. Let's try this again. There we go. So right now I'm in Suno, and I'm pulling the reference track that we're using for the sonic fingerprint. And a lot of times I like to pull not just version 1 but version 2 when you're pulling stems, because a lot of times there's phasing in these tracks. So like when we're trying to actually use the stems, like you can hear if I'm just listening to the lead vocals and I solo it.
With my name still wet from
Hold the moment too tightly.
That sounds pretty good.
It turned hands.
But usually when
The
the instruments
river
come in,
never asked permission.
sound choppy.
Oh,
It definitely.
I am here.
hear
I
that?
am here, between two waves.
Yeah,
I am.
It shows up a lot more in the instrumentation.
The drums and stuff. Like right there. hear it with the bass.
You can hear how
It does such a good job of like atmosphere. Anyway, I'm gonna pull these, and then I might as well pull the actual just vocals and instrumental. Sometimes it's just
I find when you extract the stems or the stems, the other category is often just like a lot of white noise.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like
Yeah.
it just kind of shows how it's creating that atmosphere. Is like there's definitely sort of, it's like a group of everything's resonance all in one one stem.
I found that too, actually. Cool. So I'll download those. Let's bring it back into Ableton.
But yeah, essentially with a song like this, like you can hear it's relatively simple as a producer to take each of these stems now and sort of recreate them, and then have the ability. One thing that's obviously Suno and using AI as a tool doesn't give is the ability to manipulate and change things around, which is such a huge part of the production process.
Huge, yeah.
Is like being able to affect levels and take a snare hit out, you know, where you want to, or you know, shift up the hi-hats or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And we just don't have that ability with Suno. So it's a great tool as a reference. And now it's like, I love diving into a track like this where you can take the vocals out and hear really how simplistic, but almost like how you can actually make it better. You can hear that drum sound and you're like, oh man, we can find
You can nail that.
great sounds for this and make it our own.
It's going to sound way more dynamic and clean. That's
Yeah.
the one thing we've noticed as well. Because if you think about it, it's just bouncing out a WAV file that it's created from nothing. Well, from ones and zeros. And it sounds really good, but then when you compare it sometimes to the fully produced tracks, so much more bandwidth.
Yeah. Well, for example, with one of the tracks we're working on with Hartwell, we had an AI version as a reference, and then just going in and adding some parts in, guitars, kind of redoing the kick, redoing the snare on it. The A/B, they don't sound like different tracks, but the B version that was actually produced, it just sounds cleaner and tighter, and you can really hear the elements.
Yeah.
Versus the A version, which sounds like, yeah, like there's something missing.
Yeah.
You know.
That's like funny because like when you think about it, it's like get the stems. The stems never actually existed, and
No,
so it's
exactly.
basically thinking, okay, well, if there were stems, what would that sound like? And
Yeah.
I mean, at this point in time in history, on of May 2026, there's definitely more room to improve, but I bet you it's
For
going to
sure.
get better and better.
For sure.
Like if somebody could create an AI tool that would take a stem that was pulled from a Suno and could like just recreate it without any phasing, that would be fucking incredible.
Yeah. And also, like, eventually, I'm sure this is on its way, but the ability to just take one of those stems, load it in, and have it spit back just an enhanced version of the exact thing
Mm-hmm.
that you plugged in.
Mm-hmm.
AI will take its liberties and like change something up. Like you'll take a drum beat and all of a sudden it comes back and it sounds great, but it's a different beat.
Yeah.
So the ability to just plug a track in or plug a guitar part in,
Mm-hmm. And
which I
enhance
think
it.
exists potentially on Studio, that we have yet to really
I
dive
actually
into.
haven't even played with Studio.
Yeah.
Did you yet? Have you
I
played with
haven't had an opportunity since we last talked about
it?
it.
Interesting. I'm wondering if this is actually working. Hopefully the stream's working.
Let me check.
We'll find out. Oh, yeah, here, I'll send it to you. I mean, I think it is working. Hopefully the stream's working.
Looks like it's working.
Yeah, it's working. Great. Perfect.
Chat's working.
Okay, great. Oh, nice. So we're just waiting for this to finish downloading.
So what? First thing I think is a great direction. It's a great song overall. I think it has so much room for us to just add us into it beyond just the production, but like the lyrics and everything. You can hear little spots where like the lyrics could be tweaked and really say something.
Yeah.
But it's a great template. So I think 100%. Let's move forward with
creating a seed,
creating this.
Yeah.
How do you want to? We've never really attacked a song like this.
That's true.
So do you see us kind of taking the beat and then just like recreating that beat in the arrangement?
It's a good question.
And then starting from there, or do we start with the chord progression and just kind of get a piano chord progression that we can kind of loop through it?
Well, it really depends. So, like, because of all the songs that we prototyped, I feel like this particular reference, like, I love it so much the way it is that I just want to adapt the words to be what we would want to say exactly. I don't know if I want to change too much about it.
Yeah.
Besides that. So
why don't we do this? Why don't we, obviously we'll get the stems out. Let's hear what the instrumental sounds like without the vocals, just instrumental, and see if there's going to be room to improve upon or add to, just to make it really, really fill out. Because I assume this would be a vocal that we pull Hartwell in for.
100%. For some reason it just stopped downloading. Let's see if I can do this again. Well, let's just listen to it real quick. So you mean just the instrumental, right?
Yeah. Did a pretty good job.
Not the best. Interesting. Yeah, it's not the best.
Just breathing space.
Interesting.
It's not the best.
No. And that's, I think, part of an important process with this that I'll keep encouraging with you in heart is that in the process of taking a reference track from AI, adding to or taking away from it, and like producing it as a song that we feel deserves to live, we have to, we definitely have to kind of open our hearts and our minds to the fact that it's going to be different.
It's a reference.
It's a reference, right?
Yeah.
So we're not going to get the exact. We're going to get pretty much the exact thing, and I've actually tested this, with the Hartwell track that I was working on, and with Pink Champagne that I'm working on, where it's going to come out pretty much exactly what we heard, just enhanced a little. So it's not about changing the track. It's just about enhancing it. So what I hear there is like you can hear that for some reason when the vocals are taken out, there's snare hits that sound like one sounds different than the other.
Yes.
And what I think the process gets to be is like us finding that snare and then actually creating that snare over top of each of those
like
hits.
I did on Fire Burns, remember?
Yeah. And same with the kick. And I noticed that with the Tokyo track, different genre, but that it doesn't sound like there's two drums going on. It just adds a layer on top of there that's consistent and isn't dipping where the vocals should be.
Yep.
So we're gonna keep the atmosphere, but even things like you can hear, there's gonna be, we get to add our own kind of piano or pad chord underneath this that again stays consistent and doesn't dip when the vocals aren't there. So it just feels like kind of building a little bit onto the track, and then creating something that feels mixable.
Yeah, like we could always, for now, we could just, I could have you put the piano in.
For sure.
That could be helpful.
Because did you A/B that Tokyo at all with headphones?
No, I haven't listened to the new one.
Yeah, it's just interesting to hear what, it's a good reference to hear what's possible. So
When you stack.
Yeah, so I'll suggest that you do listen to it, because it's kind of what I'm talking about is like with both Tokyo and with Pink Champagne, I went in pretty skeptical and have on Pink Champagne still in the process, but Tokyo came out feeling really positive about the experience of like, oh, it's actually possible to just enhance the sound and actually make it sound better.
Cool. Should I just let you run with it?
Yeah, we're just going to record a simple loop.
Okay, great.
So we'll probably just go with the verse. And
I'll
then
go for
we'll,
the intro then.
And then we'll do the chorus as well. How much lag am I going to experience on this
No,
piano?
I put it down. There's nothing really, because it's just that one audio track. Just the pedal.
Do you want that major in there? Or just go...
I think no major. Maybe like once we could do major once.
I think we'll just keep it simple and go.
Between two ways, I am here, Yep. I'll play it with the track, yeah.
Sure.
Looked right back at me.
If you hold the moment too tightly, it turns into dust in your hands. So I learned to stand in the doorway and let the world make its plans. The river never asked permission, learning to go. And the edge gets softer when I stop fighting the fall. A little less certain, a little more whole. I am here, 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 between two waves. I am here, not a name, just breathe in space.
Yeah, good, right? Okay. And then there's some cool counter melodies on this final one.
I am here, between two waves.
You can hear it goes all fucking weird there, huh?
Yeah.
If you hold the moment too tightly, it turns into dust in your hands. So I learned to stand in the doorway and let the world make its plans. The river never asks permission, it just moves through stone and bone. Maybe peace is not a place to arrive, maybe it's learning to go.
I mean, I would normally quantize all this, but I think for the sake of the organic nature of the song,
I would quantize it
because
because I think what we're using this as right now is sort of like a beginning chord progression and reference that we can work with.
okay,
I think if we wanted an organic piano, we add that in later.
okay,
And this can be used to like create our pads. It can be used to take all the other notes out and create a bass that's running. But it's just that basic sort of starting block for the rest of the song.
okay, that's fair. Let's hear how it sounds.
If you hold the moment too tightly, it turns into dust in your hands. So I learned to stand in the doorway and let the world make its plans. The river never asks permission, it just moves through stone and bone. Maybe peace is not a place to arrive, maybe it's learning to go. And the edge gets softer when I stop fighting the fall. A little less certain, a little more whole. I am here, here, between two waves. I am here, not a name, just breathe in space. Every fear wants a center, every grief wants a face. But the mirror keeps changing and the self keeps losing its place. The moon does not chase the ocean, still it pulls and still it gives.
Organic synthetic.
So I
think it's
carry
organic.
this strange little
Yes, organic,
knowing I don't need to own what lives. And the edge gets softer and I stop fighting the fall. A little less certain, a little more whole. I am here, here, between two ways. I am here, not a name, just breathing space,
Let's see if they
breathing space.
do they take it out here?
I am here, not a name, just breathing space. Just breathing, just breathing space. it that dreams
It'd almost be cool to
if I
Go up an octave.
yeah.
With all these things back.
If I am the watcher, who is it that dreams? If I am the question, then what is it means? I am here, here between two waves. I am here, not a name, just breathing space. The answer stays open, the water goes on, and in that deep song goes on, and in that deep motion I learn I be.
You know what's beautiful about the subject matter too, and why it resonates so deeply is like when I was getting the vision, putting the prompt in like the specific place you wanted to go. There's this ancient quality with like modern production, but the subject matter, it's like what's the one thing that humans can all relate to is actually being here on Earth as a human, and what that looks like is different for everybody, but so much of the poetic metaphor and symbolism is it's like speaking to that primal animal nature. There's like elements we talk about, like waves and water and the trees, and like as a nature lover, if we're such nature lovers, I love the poetic, like almost like Native American. You know what I'm trying to say? It's like it's ancient in that way, because that's what they used to sing about back in the day before there was technology and anything else. It was like the rivers and the water, and like I feel like we've gotten so disconnected from that as humans in modern society that there's something beautiful about bringing people back to nature through the music.
Yeah, it's like it, without sounding like woo-woo about it, it actually does feel like a memory, right? Because there is something in our bio like makeup that has to remember where we came from. It's like a dog, like a puppy knowing to chase the bird, right? There's just something that wakes up in the genetics, right? And so when you're talking about nature, or when you've got a soundscape that sounds like nature, I think that's what draws people to this and makes it almost like a nostalgic feeling. Is there's something back there that maybe we haven't lived in this lifetime, but is actually genetically remembered in our makeup.
Wow, that's deep. That's beautiful.
Cool. I like that you resonated.
No, it's really.
I'm actually just kind of reflecting what I thought you were kind of saying.
Yeah. No, that is it, and that's because in the master document, when I'm like visioning this, it's like the one line that really stuck out was, the songs sound like something that you're remembering, not that you're hearing for the first time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, where does that remembering come from? Like, it's like almost like from a past lifetime, but I think that's really it. It's through the years of evolution, or as humans, like the world that we came from was that simpler times, more connected to nature, and in some ways I would say that was more advanced.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It's a funny subject actually, because like, yeah, there are songs that sound futuristic. Like you hear something, it's kind of like sitting in a Tesla, you know, you're like, whoa, this is like the future. Like I've actually never heard sounds like this before. And those have their own value. Like I love listening to a song and being like, I have never fucking heard that before. But there is like these types of songs. It reminds me of like when I first heard Pantheon, Gungam.
Oh yeah.
Right? There's that choir and the monks and everything that sounds so nostalgic in a way, and I'm like, I've never lived that in my human experience, but there's something.
It's like nostalgic before this lifetime nostalgic. You know, there's nostalgic, which is like, oh, reminds me of my childhood, but there's like whatever that is, which is like eons.
Yeah. Bridging those two, right, I think is epic, right? Finding a sort of a futuristic
That's the magic.
thing that lives in the modern, but also remembers, or reminds you of something that.
Well, and that's the magic sauce. That's like the whole. That's the taste I really want to hone in on here is like that ancient future, which is like, what is that? It's ancient wisdom, but enhanced with modern technology.
Mm-hmm.
And like that beautiful blend is like,
I wonder if that like stems from. I wonder if like the deep nostalgia that I think is felt through sounds like this. I wonder if that stems from like a really important time in our history that's maybe been forgotten. Like maybe it goes all the way back to like ancient, like pre-pyramids, kind of like
ancient Sumerian.
yeah, like there's
Yeah.
all this conversation. I think a wider population of us are starting to believe that there's a whole part of our human history that's been forgotten, that's maybe more important than we realize,
For
right?
sure.
It stems from like who built the pyramids and why and how did we build the pyramids, all the way back. As we start really diving into that question, we're like, wait, like something doesn't add up.
Yeah.
There's like technology and spirituality and stuff that maybe has been forgotten. And I wonder if like sounds like this are coming from like that type of past, that it's like it's not just like us in the jungle running around, with the Mayans. It's like way before that.
Yeah. Yeah, like levitating, like cutting blocks perfectly with technology and levitating it in and just like perfectly fitting it.
And maybe that's why the future and the past sound resonate, because like,
Ooh.
right, they're living
Yeah.
like this futuristic technology, but way back in our quote unquote past.
That's trippy, because really when you come down to the quantum physics of it, is that there is no past and future.
Yeah,
It's
I
all
was just
happening
about to say
right now.
something,
There's just multiple timelines and dimensions all happening now. So that is actually accurate.
Yeah. Maybe you're just tapping into, a frequency
Like connecting,
that's just, exactly,
connecting the
that's just
spectrum.
in existence.
Because there's something, dude. It's not in this track that we're listening to right now, but some of the other prototypes that we have that are like, it has like the bansuri flute,
Mm-hmm.
it has the koto, it has taiko drums, and it's got like all this organic instrumentation that's just so beautiful. But when it's paired with the like low end, that low end that I love, just that like driving deep bass, like that pairing together just tickles me in a way that nothing else does.
Yeah.
It's like that's to me the Soul Panther sound.
It's like building your like perfect like modern techie house in the middle of like a Japanese woods.
Or like the one we saw in that visualizer.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why I'm like
Exactly.
that. You're like that looks like a Soul Panther place.
Yeah.
It's like it's the perfect blend of modern and nature.
Yeah. Well, speaking from two
Wow.
nature boys,
Fuck yeah.
I feel like when you've been in the depth of nature, when you found like when I used to go into the forests and stuff, I always talked about it like go as far as you can go until you feel like there's something there, and then you stop and
sit
listen,
and
sit
listen.
and listen, and that there is a presence, there is what I call God in those trees and in nature. That's you can hear it, right? When you experience that, you will always want to go back there. There will always be a nostalgia to that, and I don't think it's about necessarily the place. I think it's about the feeling. And
Yeah.
so to tie it up, I think the song and that audio experience actually brings you back in to that feeling, not necessarily to the place.
Wow. That's the other beautiful thing about this music. Like my friend Ethan was on the chat last night, and he was saying like, I want to listen to this when I'm like driving through the mountains of the Pacific Northwest. And I was like reflecting on that with heart. I'm like, because of the organic instrumentation and that like, it's like mystical.
Mm-hmm.
There's like a mystical cinematic quality. And that's epic. It's an epic cinematic mystical quality that feels natural and ancient. It does lend itself so well to being in nature.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would listen to that while driving on a road trip. I would listen to that being solo in the forest. It's just like, it almost turns your life into an epic Disney movie.
Yeah,
You know?
it's a soundtrack.
Yeah.
Well, there's a reason why people listen to music like this as well. And even just like the YouTube video you got going on downstairs, where there's like this beautiful, epic scene, and then this light jazz, it transports you.
Mm.
You know, that's really what it is. It's like, maybe it's not transporting, but maybe it's actually bringing something into your current experience. It's not as much transporting yourself as it is just adding something into your experience that gives that feeling. But I understand what the dude's saying
Wow.
about the Pacific Northwest, because growing up, like we would do these road trips out to Vancouver Island,
Beautiful.
where my mom's family's from,
Beautiful.
and there was like a certain amount of like CDs that my mom would play, and every time if I ever listen to those CDs or find them on Spotify, it drags me right back to the island,
Yep.
right back into that nature, because there's something that just cements itself through the music into the memory of what you're experiencing. And so now I will like literally listen to that music just to get that little hit of nostalgia.
Wow.
Right?
Music does have that ability to just transport you to a specific time and place
Yeah.
where you were listening to that.
Yeah. Like nothing else does. Like nothing else does, right? Like,
Yeah.
you know, if you're watching a movie, I don't think you're transported energetically. Like, I don't feel...
To this time and place where you used to watch it?
Yeah.
No.
Like, you're not like watching The Lion King and you're like, oh, this reminds me of grandma's house.
No,
Maybe,
no. But
like,
smells, though. Smells,
Smells
I
for
think
sure.
smells and music, soundtracks, for
Yeah.
sure. You know why? I think it's because with a music, it doesn't take up too much of your senses. So you can still anchor in wherever you were in that moment.
Interesting.
But it's like the yeah, does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's like the sonic is anchoring that time and space, but then whatever you were living in that moment is anchored through your memory.
Interesting. Yeah.
Whereas
it's
whereas a movie, all your senses are in the movie.
Yeah, they're all taken up. Music, especially driving, you're still fully aware. You're still
Totally.
seeing things. So like going on a road trip through the Pacific Northwest or through Vancouver Island, your mind is taking in the trees. It's taking in the nature, the sky, the sunset. You know those drives where like
Yeah.
it's like the most epic sunset, and you've got this soundtrack on that years later you throw that song on, it takes you right back to
Yeah.
it. It's because all of your senses are still being utilized.
That's beautiful. Or like if you're going through a breakup and you're listening to a specific song, it's like, you know.
Or like you don't listen to that song ever again because you know exactly where it takes you, you know?
Yeah. So how cool would it be now? Because like dreaming of the vision of this project, I really see it, the full vision of this project being in a stadium or like a Tomorrowland and just having this epic, it's because it lends itself well to big space. You hear how big the reverbs are and stuff. It's like vast, which is beautiful. And I can also see this if we do like private events, like our own series of things where we go to these beautiful locations in nature.
Yeah, when we do.
When we do these and we invite the crew, the crew that's been building this together the whole way. Imagine doing that in like Joshua Tree or in the Pacific Northwest or just these beautiful nature locations where it's like you anchor this as the soundtrack to being in nature with people that you feel so connected to.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's like it's another deeper why of like, as nature kids, nature is so important, and the fact that by making this music, we're embedding nature frequencies into it and more soul frequency into it, just makes me, it tickles me as well. It's exciting. So that is cool. We got like chords now.
If you hold the moment too tightly, it turns
For
into
the
dust.
download, let's see. Let's check it.
Paused again.
I wonder if their server is just down. Let's try it one more time.
Are you doing? Are you getting the actual stems or just the instrumental?
Well, I was both. I want to try this one because it's a smaller file. Let's just see if it does anything.
Yeah.
Okay, so that looks like it's working. Let's see if we can get the stems now.
Yeah, because what I found is like is what I'm finding that is a good process with this is once you've got all the stems timed and placed in the Ableton project, it's kind of like going through and listening to them each separately.
Like a comp.
Yeah, and just like listening to that stem and being okay, I can hear what that's missing. How can I enhance just that stem?
Mm-hmm.
And I throw it into a group. And if it's like adding a pad that's similar and sounds the same into that group, so it's two stems, you're basically just cleaning up the stems that Suno spit out.
Oh, I see. So let's go to Ableton. I always make sure to put them in the right project. I'm going to do this just to have it. Turn this guy off. Now, of course, just to make it fun and interesting, make sure that it's slightly off from what you have in the other version.
Yeah, right.
You know?
I woke up inside a question, with my name still wet from the dream. The room was full of silence, and it looked right back at me.
Cool. So I think on this one, this is where we'll put it.
Did they download?
We'll start with this one. Yeah, it did
Oh,
download.
nice.
Did that one actually come through?
I woke up inside a question, with my name still wet from the dream. The room was full of silence,
And the edge gets softer.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Pretty close.
Yeah.
That's just good enough.
And the edge. If you hold the moment too tightly, it turns into dust in your hands. So I learned to stand in the doorway and let the world make its plans. The river never asked permission, it just moves through stone and bone. Maybe peace is not a place to arrive, maybe it's learning to go. And the edge gets softer when I stop fighting the fall. A little less certain, a little more whole. space. Every fear wants a center. Every grief.
Wait, what is this? Sound? Wait, really?
Every fear wants a center.
Where's that sound coming from?
What are you hearing?
I'm hearing the vocal. Turn the stems off. Oh, I know why. These need to go to main. Is that what it usually says?
Yeah.
Is that right? Like these go to keys. Oh wait, no. These go
No.
to stems all. Yeah. And then stems all goes to external out. Actually, no, I can just go to main. Yeah, okay. And these go to stems. This goes to main.
Every fear wants a center.
I thought these are going to stems. Oh wait, what? Okay, that should work now.
Every fear wants a center.
Can you help me with this? For some reason, it's like I'm still hearing the lead vocal coming through on. Let's turn these off. Oh, what's happening here?
Every fear wants a center.
So what do you think we should do now? Go in and listen to the different layers?
Kick sounds pretty good.
I definitely find a better one.
Yeah. Like it would really just be the kick and that snare
Yeah.
to replace.
So this right here is a pretty good kick. And what you can do is you can go.
The kick is where we really like make it sound like Soul Panther. It's
Yeah,
definitely
yeah.
like a thump and a presence to the kick that is
Mhm.
signature.
Show similar files. It's a new feature.
like that kick. I like the earthiness of that kick.
This one?
Yeah, there's something like. There's a little bit of a tail to it.
I love having this template because I can just drag it in, not have to do so much work. Templates change the game with production, straight up.
Yeah, see how that changes?
Yeah. Oh, so it's a little bit softer there.
It's just cut.
Yeah, it's cut. We can cut it later. It's amazing. It just goes like that the whole time. I like to make it like a lighter blue. Simple. It's amazing. This kick is just going the whole time.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a medicine drum. What is that sound? Alright, let's find that snare thing.
It'd be really easy to find also, like you've got these two here.
What?
Cha- Or this is these two. Like
Yeah.
that sound. It would be really easy to redo those two because they're doing that the whole time. It's just going boom.
Yeah.
Chaka, chaka, chaka.
Yeah.
So finding that really like clappy, almost wood blocky snare, hey?
Yeah. That's for this one, right?
Yeah.
Let's try to find that real quick somewhere else.
Now all of these are just lo-fied out a little bit.
Yeah.
It's the same beat just with a high pass cut on it.
That's an interesting little thing too.
But again, that's just that
Yeah.
sound with a low
Mm-hmm.
cut on it or a high cut on it.
So let's find similar files to this.
Close.
That's close with some reverb.
That one might work well for the secondary ones, right? Or are we looking for the main hit?
We're looking for the main right now.
Okay.
Let's see what we can do here.
Do you have a rim?
Like a rim shot?
Yeah.
Okay. A rim? Yeah, I do.
It might be cool to stack a rim underneath that as well. Yeah. Just a clean one. Yeah.
That one?
And then we can also always, and we should, take it a level further and even just like transpose and tune them up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that.
Just take some of the low end out of that, though. Always so important. Same thing with this one. Sounds really good. Definitely a thuddy kick.
It's almost like a conga
Almost like a, yeah.
or palm.
Oh, you know what I think it was also was like taikos. That's what I was.
Yeah.
That's what I used in the prompt.
Do we have a higher one?
It's cool to have. What are we looking for? That's a cool sound.
That might be cool.
Kind of feel this first one. You could just pitch it up and take some of the
pitch
reverb
it up
out.
and take some of the-
Take some of the reverb out of it, right?
Yeah.
Did I?
It's interesting that it's like.
Oh, it's a different. It's a flam. Oops, sorry. It's not the right sound. Did I put it in there? All these freaking things. Let me find it. All right, I gotta find it the other way. There you go. Pretty close. What's interesting about this kick too is it's like everything's in that space. You know what I mean? There's a lot of low end actually in the other stuff.
Yeah.
Where I took it out of here. I mean, for now, I guess I'll just take them
Could
back out.
almost even just put a touch of reverb on the kick
Yeah.
to just let it sort of boom out a little bit.
So we got a room, a cathedral, a plate.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a cathedral.
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, the purpose for this what we're doing right now is not replacing the beat, not replacing the drum kit that we have, but just enhancing it so that when there's artifacts and glitches and dips in the AI version, there's something there to support it.
Yeah, exactly. So now it's like... The only thing is this tom thing is a little... It's too boomy. The tom is too boomy. Which we can fix by taking the sustain down.
Maybe transposing. That's better. Much better.
Now we put it in the big space.
Yeah, it doesn't need too much other reverb.
Maybe a little compressor. What do you think?
Yep. Now, what's that?
I feel like it's a tom more than a like a flam. Maybe we double it up and put a tom in there.
On the main hit?
On the on the syncopated hit.
Yeah. It definitely sounds like there's like multiple things.
Like this one.
Like the other option is actually just taking one hit and replacing it.
Oh, and putting it in there?
Yeah, like you could EQ it, you could
Like drag it into
compress it in,
this
but
other
just drag it into a drum rack or something, and actually use a clean hit that we like.
This one?
Yeah.
Alright, let's try something real quick first. Yeah, let's try that.
That's it.
This one?
You I think that works actually with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a little bit of body missing from that.
Body missing from the tom.
The snare.
Hmm. Mm-hmm. John.
So I carry this strange little knowing I don't need to own what lives, and the edge gets softer, and I stop fighting the fall, a little less certain, a little more whole. I am here, I am here.
I really feel like the taiko is a really amazing part of this. It has that like big cinematic. Like that sounds like what's happening here a bit.
Whole. I am.
Definitely. Yeah, you could. It's very similar to that sound. Just I like that sound so much.
Yeah. Also, it's Japanese. Taiko drum is Japanese, so it's like perfect. What's interesting about this is, we're doing production stuff on it right now, but technically, the bed is there enough to remove the vocal and write to in a session with Hart.
Yeah.
Yumi and Hart just massage the lyrics a bit.
Yeah, well, essentially, like, you got the piano, so we've got the chord progression, which means you've got the MIDI to go in and now listen to, like, the pads and the bass and everything. And I would say just, like, do your best to replace, our best to replace the sounds that are in the AI, because it's going to do nothing but enhance the mix overall once we get the vocals. The more support we can create in the instrumental track to record vocals to, the better.
Yeah. So I'm wondering if there's a... Like, where did the taiko come from? Orchestral taiko drum. Yeah, but like, shown places. Sounds of Kashmir Volume 4. Drums.
You have splice, right?
What's that?
You have splice.
I do, yeah. What's interesting for the orchestral, all he has is that? Is that right? Okay, interesting. Because I do have splice. I'm so curious about like what are we hearing in this? This is definitely Tycho. This one. Like that's a really interesting style of drum. It's like I don't know. Dum. It's like a long. That's like what keeps it driving is that the eighth notes the whole time.
Yeah, in the verse it's almost going dun 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 dun.
Still it pulls and still it gives. So I carry every fear wants a center, every grief wants a face. But the mirror keeps changing and the self keeps losing its place. The moon does not chase the ocean, still it pulls and still it gives. So I carry this strange little knowing I don't need to own what lives. And the edge gets softer and I stop fighting the fall.
This is volume 5. Ooh, that's nice. Yeah, like these organics. Like all these organics, basically.
Yeah, they sound great.
You know, it'd be amazing. Manifest, like work with Kashmir, like actually like 1 degree of separation from that guy. My friend Dylan produced a song with this guy, but he's like, in my opinion, like the best at doing cinematic
Sound design,
dance.
yeah.
But his thing is Indian,
Oh yeah.
and he's played Tomorrowland and stuff. He's really really good. Like he puts all these sample packs out, but it'd be so amazing to collaborate with
Yeah.
Kashmir on this particular project.
Shout out you guys.
Yeah. tag Kashmir. But I think this is a good idea, like going to this route. I think really what I want to do now is I'm going to take some time and start to put together some drum kits. Because right now, all the existing drum kits I have are from years of experimenting.
Yep.
But now that I have a specific sonic palette, I need to basically, as a painter, get my palette right.
Yeah.
So I know what to play with. But I think what you and me and Hart could do is maybe on Friday, we can actually go in for a clean-up writing session on this.
Yeah.
And just get those down.
Yeah, I'm down.
You think Hart's voice would be good for this?
Of course. Yeah, it'll be perfect. I mean, her voice is also so versatile
Yeah.
that, yeah, it's such a, that's one thing I love about having Hart, is like we've got this like superstar singer in our pocket that it's such an amazing
It's true.
little trio and team, because this is right in her alley, bro. It's just like super chill. It's not, there's nothing like that super
true.
pushed or operatic, which she can also do. But this is just right in that sort of relaxed, kind of airy world that she's been
Yeah, seeing her
sort
like
of Garden of My Dreams-esque.
yeah.
vocal.
Yeah. Relaxed,
Mm-hmm.
but epic. Relaxed epic.
Relaxed epic.
It's a good combination.
And I can hear like in the bridge, like she's up in the air, da, da, da. But we could have like a lower octave of that, like kind of stacked in that bridge where there's just, and I can also hear even in the production, that's when these like panned vocals come in. So we have these, yeah, I can hear it all.
Dope.
And then we've got male vocals in the chorus. I am here. I am here.
Yeah, between two ways.
Cool.
Dope.
You gonna play with us some more? Take a little break on it and then.
Yeah, I'll take a break on it. I'm actually gonna, my next move to do actually is to take a break, but then build the palettes. That's gonna actually really help.
Okay, yeah.
Make those drum kits, make the sound banks, and then have everything to play with. That way it's like, we just know exactly, okay, go in here. That's the beauty, man. I've been producing music now for almost 20 years.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And so much of that journey has been just experimenting. And, you know, we've been producing music together now for
5 years.
nearly almost 5 years. And a lot of that was just trying a bunch of different things. And so you look at my templates, you have all my things. It's like the way that I've known to produce music, which is find something inspiring and then kind of finish it. But with this, it's so different. I've never had a project where it's like such a clear like target of what it sounds like, what it looks like, what it feels like, all that. And now it's like a really unique experience because it feels like I'm learning production all over again.
Yeah.
Like they say, what's the thing with shooting? Aim small, miss small.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I know exactly what sounds to pull in. I can build the whole template, and now it's just easy. Okay, I'll put that bass in. I know what the sound is.
Yeah. Well, I feel like, especially with, for you, music production in our day and age, it's like you're never not learning something.
Mhm.
Like there's always a new update to a plugin. There's a new update to a DAW. There's new tools that are coming out yearly. Now, just with the advent of AI and all these AI tools, it's like you're never not learning how to use something new. What you do well is you learn quickly and you really geek out on new technologies quickly, right? And you can kind of focus in and hone in on what's gonna help you get that sound that you're looking for. But I feel like we're closer than ever
Yeah.
to that sound for Soul Panther specifically. And yeah, I'm excited to see the palette. This is how I want to create. I want to just like take these references, create references. I want to just continue creating prototypes. I love that term for it. Continue creating prototypes where you're like, yo, this actually pushes us to be better,
Mm-hmm.
right? It pushes that sound and elevates that sound because we have the ability to go in and then enhance it and make it our own. But this is as creative as anything to me, you know?
Yeah. It's soundtracks too. I mean, they say that all music is meant to be enjoyed in a specific space, right? And so if there's a certain music you don't understand yet, it's because you haven't experienced it in the space that it's meant to be enjoyed.
Cool.
I'm still excited to experience psytrance in that way, because that's one music I'm like, I get it, but I don't understand why people love it so much. But I bet you if I go to Boom Festival in Portugal or someplace where it's like, I might be like, oh, I get it. But what's cool about this is the reason why it's so different of an experience as a musician is because it's the opposite. Like I'm reverse engineering an outcome and then finding what's the best genre and sound to accomplish that goal.
Yeah.
And it's amazing to have actual sonic references. You can be like, oh my God, I can see that in that space.
Yeah.
I can feel what that feels like to listen to this with a bunch of people at a festival and feel so connected.
Yeah. That's when it becomes real.
Yeah.
Man, as far as that, there's this genre of music that's listened to out here in Bali that you'll hear at gyms or you'll hear at like a mechanic shop or out of a truck, where it's just like, it sounds like what I assume being on crack
Or meth,
or like meth.
Yeah,
It's like meth hop.
I know what you're talking
It's just
about.
like upbeat tempo and just like the wildest soundscape, and I haven't yet found the space
You should
for
go
where I could enjoy that.
go join the dudes that are blasting it. See, can I get a hit of that?
Just hop in a truck to Java. Just
Hop
like,
in a-
let's go. Just like, yeah.
Just chain
Fear,
smoking.
fear and loathing in Java.
Oh my God, that's funny.
Epic.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for being on the stream with us. We'll be doing plenty more of these, and join us for the journey.